Hey guys, over the next 15 to 20 minutes, I'm going to show you how WeTravel works in three main parts. First, how you're going to create a new booking page or custom quote page for your clients. Second, what your clients are going to see when they actually move through the payment process online. And then third, the dashboard that you're going to have to be able to manage everything with WeTravel. So really simply to start, this is our home page. I'm already logged into an account up here, but if I wasn't, it is completely free for you to create one using your email address or social media account. And once you get logged in, it'll say create your trip in the top right corner here in orange. And once you click on that, this is what you're going to see. So you'll have 5 different tabs on the left-hand side. The first one's going to be the basics, so the dates, the location for this trip. Keep in mind the first 22 characters of the trip name is what will appear on your client's credit card or bank statement. So if you'd like it to be your company name, you can just include that first. Under that, you can add as many photos for this trip as you'd like. And if you're organizing a group trip and have a maximum number of people, you can select that here. And then once those 10 people had booked this trip, it will say sold out. Or if you're doing custom travel, a lot of companies will just set this to 2 to 2 or 4 to 4, something of that nature, depending on the number of people going on this trip. Under that, you have 2 different options for how you want to set your trip. First, you can set this trip to private, and that way the only way people will see it is if you actually send them the direct link to the quote or invoice page, or if you choose to embed it into your website or send it out on social media. When setting it to private, you can use the WeTravel business solution and upload your business logo to the page and brand your booking pages. Or if you're organizing yoga and wellness retreats and want them to be featured in our marketplace, you can select that here. It has all the same features. You just can't use our WeTravel business solution and add your logo on your business page. Next tab down is going to be trip description. So when you click to that, this is what you're going to see. You can fill this out as detailed as you'd like or as simple. It's totally up to you. You can add any hyperlinks to third-party websites, PDFs, or Google Docs for the specific trip. You can add as many custom paragraphs here as you'd like, such as cancellation policies, reminding people what to pack. And you can also set up what's included and not included in this trip, and it will just appear as bullet points on your booking page. Next tab down is itinerary. When you click to that, this is what you're going to see. This is a completely optional feature, so if you don't want to use it, feel free to turn it off. If you do, really simply, you can create a daily itinerary, call each day whatever you'd like, and then put a full description for that day under here with any hyperlinks to third-party websites or maybe hotels for that specific night. Next tab down then is pricing. So when you click to that, this is what you're going to see. At the top, you're going to have 2 different options. Most people select one price for all travelers if it is a family or a couple paying together, or if you literally only have one option. Or you can select different pricing packages, and you can create as many packages as you'd like and call them whatever you want. You can put a full description under here for each package, again with any links to third-party websites. You can set a price for this package and an availability if need be right here. And then once those 40 people had booked this room, it would say sold out. Or feel free to just set this to unlimited. You can also choose to select a deposit for the specific trip, and you can create a payment plan of up to 6 payment installations. If you use this feature, you can select how many you would like to do and the dates that they're due, and our system will automatically email your clients 1 week before every payment is due, 3 days before the day it's due, and then 2 days after if they don't make that payment on time. Under that, you can also choose to create a deadline for this package. Once this deadline passes, it'll just say it's no longer available. This is just an example of someone who's created a second package called an early bird one. And under all the packages you'd like to create, you can also set up add-on options. And whatever you type here, your clients can just add to their cart when they're checking out. So different examples would be airport transfers, single room supplements, things of that nature. You can also set up discount codes, and whatever you type here, you can give a discount code to your clients that they can type in at checkout to receive a discount. And then by default, our system is going to pass any credit card fees over to your clients at checkout if they choose to pay that way. If for any reason you'd like to absorb the credit card fees on behalf of them, you can select that here. It's just that most clients we work with don't. Next tab down then is traveler info. When you click to that, this is what you're going to see. By default, we're going to collect everyone's names and emails so that you're able to communicate with them. But then you can create as many custom registration questions here as you'd like, such as passport numbers, what is your emergency contact, cancellation policies. You can also require these questions. So that way, before your clients move on to pay, they're going to be forced to fill in this information. And there's just different types of questions that you can create. And then under that, you can also set up a welcome message. Whatever you've typed here will just be sent in an email to your clients once they've paid the deposit for this trip. So that's really simply how you're going to create a new booking page on WeTravel. It can take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, just depending on how detailed you make it. And then once you're ready, you can just hit publish. So I'll show you a few different ways of how this booking page can look and how you can use us. First, if you are setting your trip to public and you're going to be on a marketplace, this is what it would look like. You're going to see any information about this trip, any custom paragraphs or different packages that you've created here. If you set up a deadline, it will show you when it's available to and how many are left. Under all of the packages, you can also see the itinerary feature. So if you use this, you can see, potentially day 1, any information that you've written here. Click over to day 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And then the location, a little bit about you as an organizer. You can also collect reviews from your clients. That way, after each trip has passed, we'll automatically email your clients asking them to leave you a review, and people can see, past reviews, what trip it was related to in the past on your booking page. And then they can also see some photos here. So this is one way to use us. If you'd like to set your trip to private and use our business solution, you could do that. And this link will be completely private unless you actually send it to your clients or choose to embed it into a website at all. In the top left corner, you can actually add your business logo here, so it will appear instead of WeTravel. You can also add your logo into your profile picture and then potentially change your personal name to your business name. Again, you can read any information here that you've written about this trip, any add-on options, the itinerary. All of our booking pages are 100% mobile friendly. So if you do send this to your clients, they'll be able to read the itineraries or book directly off of their phone. Or if you'd like to just use us for payment and set up an invoice page, you can make it look something like this. So instead of writing a full description about the trip and adding the itinerary, you could simply just type something like, "Dear Mark, here's your payment page for your upcoming trip." And then your clients can receive this invoice and just pay quickly online. So those are a few different ways of how the booking pages can look. Once your clients are ready to pay online, they can select which package they want to over on the right-hand side, or if it's just one price, it'll say book now. And when they click here, this pop-up box will appear for them. At the top, they can select how many people they'd like to pay for, and if they do select more than one, they are going to be asked to fill out any registration form you've created twice so that you have info for both travelers. They can select which package they'd like. Any add-on options can be checked here and added to their cart on the right-hand side. If you set up a payment plan, it'll look something like this and show them when any future payments are due. And once they hit continue, then they're going to be asked to fill in their names, emails, and then again, answer any of these registration questions you've previously created. If you require the questions before they move on to pay, then they're going to be forced to fill in this information. And then once they do continue to payment, this is what they're going to see. So it's completely free for them to pay with any US checking account here. If they'd like to pay with any international credit card or debit card, it'll show them that they're paying the 2.9% credit card fee, and then it's added to their cart on the right-hand side. If they want to pay with Amex, it is a 3.9% fee. And if you choose to absorb the credit card fee, this just won't appear here at all. Once your clients are ready to confirm the booking, they'll receive an email with an invoice as well as any welcome message that you've previously created. And then you will also get an email letting you know that John Smith has just paid the deposit for this upcoming trip. So that's really simply what your clients are going to see when they move through paying online. Once you are using us for several trips, you'll have a dashboard that looks something like this in your account. So click on My Trips here, and you'll have a list of all upcoming trips or past ones. On the right-hand side of each trip, you're able to edit the trip at any time if you need to update pricing or details. If you organize a lot of the same trips throughout the year and you just want to copy the trip and go in and edit the dates and little specifics about it, you can do that here, so that way you don't have to fill in the information, several times. And then once you click Manage Trip, you can click here, and for each trip you'll have a dashboard that looks something like this. So it'll show you a list of all the travelers who've paid so far, how much they still owe or if they've been refunded at all. Right next to each individual traveler, you're able to see which packages they've purchased, any add-on options they buy. You're able to send them a message here, and it'll look like it's coming from you. You can also issue full or partial refunds for each individual. You can cancel the booking without giving them a refund, or you can set a custom price for the specific person in the trip. A lot of times clients will say someone emails them a few days before the trip and they want to add something on for $200. You can set that for them here and they'll be prompted via email to pay that amount. Above your traveler list, you can download this to Excel. And when you click on that, this is what you'll see. It's going to be two different tabs. The first one's going to be payment information. So it's going to have everyone's names, how much they've paid so far, how much they still owe, or if they've been refunded at all, which packages they've purchased, and the add-on options that they've bought. And then the second tab is going to be traveler information. So everyone's names, emails, and then answers to any custom registration questions that you've previously set up. Then back in your dashboard, some other things you're able to do is share this trip on social media here. And you can also shorten the URL and send it out maybe through text. As I mentioned earlier, all of our trip pages are mobile friendly. You can send this trip in an email to one person or an email list here, and of course customize this message. If you'd ever like to embed anything into your website, you can click here, and you have two different options. The first one is going to be a Book Now button, where people can actually move through the payment process while staying on your website. You can customize how you want the button to look, and I'll show you a live example of how this looks now. So for example, this is one of our clients. If you already have preset departure dates or have all the information for a specific trip, the itinerary already built into your website, and you'd like people to just pay directly on your website, you can embed a button that looks something like this, and then this pop-up box will appear for them to actually move through the payment process, all the while staying on your website with your website in the background. Back over here, you can also choose to embed a widget showing the dates and the location for this trip into your website. And when people click on, register now, they're going to be taken over to the WeTravel page to see the itinerary and all the full information about your trip. Under this, you can also create a trip flyer for the specific trip. And when you click here, we'll just send you a PDF within 2 days with some photos, little basics about the trip that you can send out to different people or give to a group leader for them to promote this trip. Then directly under that, you can also message all of the travelers for the specific trip to save you some time. So if you want to send a mass email to everyone in the trip, you could do that here. Of course, customize your reply to email to be here. Or some other templates we've already have created is potentially reminding people to pay their balance due here. Some other things you can do in your account as well is add team members. So under your profile, you can select team members here and give them different access. So if you want people internally to be able to create trips on your behalf, that way you guys are using one account, you can. Or if you maybe want to give, a group leader or a specific person access to just see one specific trip, that way they can see who's paid and maybe message people themselves, you can do that as well. Team members can do pretty much the same things that you can, but they won't be able to access any payouts or see any type of money. Another thing you can do in your profile is add your company logo, kind of what I mentioned before. If you do that in here, and if you make your trip to private, you can add your logo so it'll appear in the top left corner of your booking page, as well as any email communication that you do through that dashboard. It's going to show your business logo and look like it's coming from you. You can also go ahead and add your terms and conditions here, so that way when people are moving through the payment process, they're going to be agreeing to your terms and conditions when clicking Book Now. And then once you're ready to move money to your account, In each dashboard, you can either click payouts for the specific trip, or you'll have a tab up here that says payouts. And when you click on that, this is what you're going to see. So it'll show you a history of all past payouts or current pending ones. It's going to show you the total amount available across all of your current trips on the site. And if for any reason you want to collect funds in Great British pounds or euros, you have the options of doing that too. You can just set the currency when you're creating the trip. Down here, it's completely free for you to transfer money to any US bank account, or if you want to send any money internationally to any vendors or suppliers you have, it's a $15 wire transfer fee, no matter the amount that you're sending. So whether you're sending $3,000 or $30,000 to France, it'll be 15 US dollars. It takes anywhere from 2 to 3 business days to get to your account. And then again, if you are collecting payments in pounds or euros, with pounds, you can send it to a UK bank account for free, with euros to a European bank account for free. So that's pretty much all the basics of WeTravel. Our pricing to use WeTravel is just 1% of your total trip price. So for example, if you had a $1,000 trip and your clients pay with their bank account, it's free for them. If they pay with a credit card, normally they're paying the credit card fees, not you. And we're just going to take 1% prior to that. So we would take $10 and give you $990. Any refunds through our site are completely free. So if you did need to refund anyone, we will reimburse you the 1% and reimburse your clients any credit card fees if they paid that way. We also have customer support on our site. So we have a huge database of FAQs and a support center at the bottom of our site, as well as we have live chat in the right-hand side here. So if you had any technical questions while using WeTravel, feel free to message us here. Same goes for your clients. If they need to change any credit cards they're using halfway through payment or anything of that nature, we would just handle all of that for you. So any other questions, feel free to contact us or sign up an account today or request a demo from one of our salespeople. Thanks.